Mr. Beck does your homework. This is homework number 3, question number 11. It says, a rocket initially at rest, what does that mean? Oh, that my initial velocity, it's initially at rest, my initial velocity is 0 meters per second. Okay, a rocket initially at rest accelerates at a rate of 90 meters per second squared. Well, stop, accelerates at 90 meters per second squared, that's my acceleration, equals 90 meters per second squared, or meters per second. And it does so for 0.98 minutes, 0.98 minutes. That is going to be my time. Time is 0.98 minutes. What is its speed at the end of this time? So I'm looking for a final velocity. So I'm looking for v equals, I'm not sure. So initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time. I know that my equation for acceleration is that acceleration is change in velocity divided by time, or it's going to be v minus v0 over t. Now what I'm looking for is my final velocity v. Now wait a second. Look at these units. I've got meters per second squared, and minutes. One of these things is not like the others. Minutes is not going to fit into this equation because I've got to have all the units matching in order to get something, get all my units to cancel out. So what I've got to do with minutes is turn it into seconds in order for this to work. So I'm going to take this minutes and convert it into seconds by writing times and draw a line. Minutes here is what we consider up top, so I'm going to put minutes in the bottom. And I want to put seconds up top. If I can get this into seconds, then I can convert. Now, I know seconds over minutes. Well, I know that 1 minute is the same thing as 60 seconds. So now I've got my units are going to cancel out. I've got minutes in the bottom, minutes in the top. That's going to leave me with seconds. So 0.98 times 60 is going to give me some number of seconds. That's going to be my time. So that's the number that I can plug in here. Well, I'm looking for my final velocity. So what I could do is rearrange this equation, multiply by t. So I'm going to get at equals v minus v0. And to solve for my final velocity, I can add v0 to both sides. So I'm going to get v0 plus at equals my final velocity v. So my initial velocity was 0 plus my acceleration, which is 90, times my time, whatever that was, in seconds, equals my final velocity. So I don't really care about that. So it's just going to be 90 times this number here, which is this number here, goes right there. And that'll give me my final velocity. My initial velocity was in meters per second. Well, that's 0 anyway. It doesn't matter. My acceleration is meters per second squared. So this is meters over seconds squared. And this is in seconds. So that's going to be times seconds. And I see seconds squared on the bottom, seconds on the top. Well, that's going to cancel out and leave me with meters per second. So my units are going to work out. So it's going to be my acceleration times my time is going to give me my final velocity.